For this exercise, we're going to be following our own part in the music, but using the conductor's score. So here you can see we've got our score, and if you haven't seen one before, this is a band piece, and we have all of the woodwinds on the top part, including the saxophones, and then we've got the brass instruments down here, and then we've got the percussion down the bottom. So woodwind, brass, and percussion. So first thing you're going to do is find your instrument. So for today, I'm going to say that I play second clarinet. So here is I've looked down the side, I've found second clarinet, there's my part. I'm going to underline it for now. And I just want to follow my part along in the music. And we turn the page, find our second clarinet again, there we are. Now let's just use 2 pages as an example to start off with. So what we're going to do in this exercise is see if we can find other instruments that are doing the same thing as us. And the best way to do that is to look at spots where someone has the same shape in terms of notes. So if I look here, if we look at this bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we've got da 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 dee da dee 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 dum. So I want to see if I can find someone that's got da 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 dee, and that the next note is 1 semitone higher. So, but these notes are all on the same line. So let's have a look at the third clarinets. So they've got the same shape, da 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 da, then going higher, but it's different notes to me, but it's similar. So we might put, let's make a symbol for similar is going to be a kind of question mark, sort of similar. Now if we look up who's got something else that's da 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 and a long note, so automatically we're going to cut out all these people that have moving notes because we've got a long note here, so we can cross out all of those people. And if we look in this bar, oh, that has a different thing to us. That's the bass clarinet, so we can cut that out. That's not the same as us. That is different as well. That's the bassoons, different to us. And look, these people have got long notes the whole way through. That's also different to us, and that's different. So we can cross those out. Saxophones. We know those are out of the picture because they've got the moving notes. Now let's have a look at this one. So we're second B flat clarinet, and we've got G, 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 A flat. Let's have a look at this. This is G, 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 A flat, and that's a B flat cornet. So that looks like it's got the same thing as us. Now if we have a look at these cornets, they look kind of similar, but they've got different things in the next bar. And it's the same with the horns, they've got different things. So if we keep looking down, that's not what we've got, that's not what we've got, that's not. And interesting, snare drum, got very similar rhythm to us, but different, obviously doesn't have pitch. So already we're down to, it's actually us, the first cornet, and then sort of similar in the third clarinet, and sort of similar in the snare drum. So isn't that interesting? The people that we're going to be listening to as second clarinet at this point is going to be first cornet. Okay, so we worked out that us in our little second clarinet land, this is what we had here for these 4 bars, and that we were with the first cornet and kind of with the snare drum, so I'm just doing a dotted line. So now if we go to the next 4 bars, or the next little section, I went ahead and had a look, and I saw that it's the same as the second oboe and continues to be the same as the first cornet. And then we've got a whole lot of other people that are doing something similar to us but not exactly the same notes. So like same rhythm, not the same notes, they're in harmony with us. So if we continue over the page and let's re-find our second clarinet thing, let's just highlight the whole line because that's going to help us. So we're looking for ba-ba-bum, bum, ba-ba-bum. Let's have a scan down. Ba-ba-ba. Nope, nope, nope. Similar. Keep going down. Nope, 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 nope. Oop, oop. Interesting. No one the same as us. Well, that's kind of interesting. We've got these people who are similar rhythm to us, but not holding that same note. So you could go along and continue this kind of fact-finding expedition, this treasure hunt of who has the same part as us in the band, and continue your way all the way through the piece. What you will find is that at different points in the music, just like we've seen in these first two pages, some of the time it's the same people, sometimes people join in. We've got people that have got something similar to us, and then we've got people that have got things that are absolutely completely different. And the same on this page. Those first cornets are doubling us for a while, but look, there's actually all these spots where we're the only people playing. So what that's going to mean when we're in band is that if you know that you're with the first cornet here at bar 5, then I'm going to write first cornet in my part for those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars, and then I might write it again at 13 in my clarinet part, so that I know I've got to listen to those first cornets to make sure that we're in tune together. So that's why we want to listen for people who've got the same thing as us. And then in those spots where we've got other people that are doing something similar but not exactly the same, that's pretty useful to know that we're the only ones that have that part. So we're going to want to make sure that we're playing in a way that our part can be heard amongst all these other sounds that are happening. And it's the same here, where we're the only people that have this part, and there are other people that have something similar but not exactly the same. So when you go back to band, or if you're listening to a recording and playing along to the recording, you can be listening out for who's got the same thing as you, and you could even practice playing along to the recording and making sure, can I hear the first cornet sound that's got the same notes as me in those spots where I know that we're doubling up together. If you go through the rest of the score, is we've got us together with the first cornet, and then we've got the second page that we've already seen. Then if we continue on to page 3, here we are again, and we're back with the first cornet. But look at all these other people that are doing similar things to us. All the flutes, oboes, all the rest of the clarinets, except for the bass clarinet, soprano saxophone, E-flat cornet, solo cornet, all doing the same thing. Now if we flip to the next page, whoa, this is interesting. Here's our second clarinet line, but look at all these people that are suddenly doing the same thing as us. So that's going to completely change how we listen, because now we're playing with the whole clarinet section together, plus the flutes, plus the soprano saxophone, plus the E-flat cornet and solo cornet, plus the baritone. So that's going to completely change how you listen. So you're going to write woodwinds, maybe all woodwinds, or clarinets, flutes, cornets, baritone or euphonium on your part. And so suddenly that's a lot more people that we've got to get in tune together, all playing the same line, than before when it was just us, and sometimes us and the first cornet. Interesting, huh? If you have found today's video helpful, I'd really love to hear from you about what other videos you would like to see. Looks like in terms of COVID-19, we're all in it for the long haul, and I would love to be making content that is helpful to you in your practice, and if you're a conductor, helpful to you and your students. So put your questions or ideas in the comments below, and happy practicing.